what is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's going to be a fun one, a nice quick light video of the top 5 plugins that I really enjoy using, and I certainly can't live without them. Before I get started, I just have to say thank you so much for all you guys' support with my brand new video series, Music Theory for Metal. It's just in the infancy. I have like dozens and dozens more videos planned for that video series, but I've been getting a lot of positive feedback from you guys, and I really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for that, and be on the lookout for more future videos on Music Theory for Metal. Alright guys, so now we're going to be talking about the plugin side of things, the software that I use during my mixing and recording side of things that really has helped me along the way, and the ones that are certainly my favorite. We'll start off with one honorable mention, and that is the OG Bias Effects. I purchased Bias Effects about 2 years ago now. It was kind of outdated then, but that was just the beginning of me buying a plugin and trying it out, and that was the first plugin I do believe that I ever bought, and it really it helped me shape, you know, what I like to do in a plugin, you know, in guitar, amp sim based, you know what I mean. But I used it for so much, and the first year of this channel, Bias Effects was used very much, so that has to be the honorable mention. Alright guys, this might be a bit of a controversial and a bit of a weird pick, but number 5 is the STL Tonality Will Putney Suite. Now you might be saying, but Uncle Ray, STL Tonality Will Putney Suite just came out. How is that in your top 5? And I'll tell you why. I kind of hinted at it in the couple videos that I made with this plugin, but again, it's a metal plugin. Alright, and what's different about this plugin versus, like, let's say a Bias Effects, or I'm just trying to think of another one, even the STL Tonality Howard Benson Suite. What I've noticed is that a lot of plugins, the guitar amp sim plugins, try to have a wide variety of all tones. Like they'll have a Fender Clean amp, and then they'll have a Mesa Boogie amp, and then they'll have a Marshall Plexi and a Marshall JCM 800, and they try to like have all the amps covered, which is great. You know, it's a business, you're trying to appeal to everybody in a sense. But for me, and for a lot of people that are really digging the Will Putney Suite, it is 4 high gain amplifiers, man, that are so sought after, the real deal. The 5150, the Diesel VH4, the Bogner Uberschall, and the Mesa Boogie Triple Crown. Like those are amps that are like heavily used in the industry. And now there's an amp sim, a plug-in sim, you know, with all those amplifiers in house, and I love it so much. You know what I mean? Another honorable mention that I do have to mention at this moment in time is the Fortin Nameless Suite. That plugin is awesome, but what hinders it for me personally is, yes, the gain stage is huge and it's awesome, but it only does that. You know what I mean? Like, it only does high gain stuff. But the Will Putney Suite, it has 4 times the amount of high gain stuff. The Fortin Nameless Suite sounds sick, man, and it stands up against any plugin. Don't get it twisted. But I think you guys understand what I'm saying. Will Putney STL Tonality plugin offers a wide variety of high gain stuff, man. It's awesome. So number 4 is the Joey Sturgis Tones Joel Wanasek BG series, the Bus Glue series. Guys, the whole mindset behind the Joel Wanasek Bus Glue series is that he has fixed you know, attack and release times and fixed ratios and everything built into his compressors for each individual instrument, that as a creator and as an artist, you don't need to spend the time looking at manuals on how to work a compressor for different things. He has it to where it's set up for a rather, I would say, safe attack threshold, you know, release, stuff like that. But basically it works well for almost all of those instruments, and I love that. I love that because, again, just like the mindset behind the plugin, you don't have to spend all that time learning new stuff. You have to already worry about playing your take right and then having to mix it and master it yourself. Then you have to add on just like learning all this stuff, and it's all about workflow and efficiency, and I'm a huge fan of presets and workflow, so I love the Joel Wanasek Bus Glue series by Joey Sturgis Tones. Number 3, we are staying with Joey Sturgis Tones, and that is the gain reduction plugin, the vocal compressor / limiter. This thing is the sole thing I use on all my vocals, man. It takes my vocals they're solid screams, but man, when you put that on your track, it opens it up and it makes you sound so mean and so nasty and so heavy. And I love it, man. I love it. It's my favorite plugin, I think, but I don't sing or scream that much, therefore it's number 3. I really do believe that. I think It's certainly my favorite because of just how awesome it makes my vocal takes sound. But I don't use it that much, and it's only used for that. You know what I mean? There's a couple other on this list. There's 2 more that I like a little bit more. Number 2 is the Eiosis EQ. All right, now I got this with another plugin in a bundle that you'll see very, very soon. But with this EQ, what I love about it so much is how strong it is. There's a lot of EQs, like for example, like the stock Logic EQ. It's great, man. It's great for what it is, but even if, like, for example, if you have a high pass or a low pass, those lows and high frequencies still were seeping through into my mix. Like, I'd have to do a huge aggressive cut at about like 100 hertz, 120 hertz from my guitars, just because of I like was kind of safe with it at about like 60 to 80. Like, it would still be huge and rumbly sounding, and it was not tight and focused at all, no matter what I did. So I'd have to really be aggressive with the stock Logic EQ. But with this thing, man, what it has is it has the strength fader, and if I crank that up to like 125, 150, like there's absolutely zero low end or zero frequencies that I don't want peeking through. And I love it, man. It really has changed the way my guitar sounds and my bass sounds and my overall mix too. I use it on guitars, bass, and my master bus, my master fader. But number 1, the one plugin that I cannot live without, is the Slate Digital Virtual Mix Rack. I saw this plugin bundle on a Glenn Fricker video about 3 years ago. His top 5 paid plugins, and that was his number 1, and that spiked my interest, man. And I can certainly attest to that. It just has so much built in, so many presets, so many awesome features that are so unique to this plugin bundle. Honestly, my favorite part of it, if I had to pick, was the virtual preamp. That is something that is, I don't know if anybody ever does, but it's just a virtual tube preamp that allows you to put it in front of your track and in front of your EQ or in front of your compressor, and it just gives it that nice mic preamp that you really don't get when you just plug your instrument cable right into your interface. It's just a nice little added feature, just like little things like that Slate Digital thinks of that other companies don't, that I really, really love, and it has shaped the way I mix and record so much, man. It is on literally every single project that I have done since maybe September of 2018. I bought it in early 2018, but I would only use it sparingly. Reason being is because it took a long time to understand what all that meant. It was a nice learning curve for me. It was a long learning curve, but once I felt comfortable as to what the hell all that stuff in-house did, then I started to use it more and more, because honestly, if you don't know what you're doing, it's kind of a waste in a way. So really know what you need it for and learn the tools that are in-house, and then I guarantee you guys, if you're mixing and recording yourself, the Slate Digital Virtual Mix Rack is top notch. You can't beat it. So guys, those are my top 5 plugins that I can't live without. What are your guys' top 5 if you're into mixing and recording? Leave it all down below in the comments. Guys, I have some serious awesome news coming up very soon. I'm thinking about doing a live stream Friday, that is May 10th. If you're watching this in real time, this will be uploaded the Thursday, that is today, May 9th. May 10th, I'm thinking about doing a live stream where I'm going to be talking about the future of this channel, my future plans, so be on the lookout for that, guys. That'll be Friday night, Eastern Standard Time, probably about like 8 o'clock, but I'll make an official post. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're brand new to my channel, you want to consider hitting that subscribe button, it'd mean the world to me. Like and share this video if you found it informational and educational. I'm out of here, my dudes. Stay metal. I'll see you guys next time.